Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Art Adventures. Today I'm going to be doing a Among Us Bowser character design, and this is Inktober, and it is day 8, and day 8 is teeth. So, this was a prompt that there's a ton of options to do, and I just wanted to, again, just do something that was a little bit more on the unique side rather than similar to what everybody else is doing. I still haven't seen too many people doing the Among Us characters like I am. Not that there's not people doing them, but I just haven't found them yet. And I've been trying to find them and kind of see how other people are doing things, and I haven't found it yet. So, which is a good thing, because if I'm the only one, that means that I'm doing something right, thinking outside the box, you know? So with that being said, there's another Among Us character, and I am getting these done daily for Inktober. And this one is, again, is teeth. And so I chose to do Bowser. There was a ton of different ideas that I had, but I really was like, man, Bowser would be pretty cool because there's so much detail to Bowser, as far as the shell goes, the horns, the hair, all this stuff that he has going on, the spikes around his neck, his arms, his legs. Actually, there's none on his legs, but the scales, like you name it, he's got detail of everything. So, yeah, I decided to do Bowser and go with that. This one has, like I was just mentioning, like a ton of detail. So I know that this one's gonna take me a while. I don't know if I'm gonna do all this in the brush pen. I've been kind of resorting back to my Faber-Castell, the fine liners, just so I can kind of speed up the process and not do a 20-30 minute video. Do more of a, I don't know, a few minutes, 15 minutes or under, hopefully. But we'll see. We'll see how long this takes. Kind of flying by this one. There's a ton of hair on this, so it's kind of, since it's loose anyways, I can kind of just fly through it, hopefully. Drawing it took me forever because I had to recorrect myself, take my time. I redrew, gosh, countless things on this drawing. So, and then I'm also doing like a lot of research on how other people are drawing the Among Us characters, so I can kind of do my best at drawing the Among Us characters with it still looking like I couldn't do Bowser without doing his mouth and his teeth. So, that's a struggle in itself, even though the Among Us characters don't really have faces. I had to kind of give him a face. I'm gonna turn this so I can actually draw better. But there are certain directions that I can draw with this brush pen so much better than others. Like going down is a lot easier for me than going across, and then there's so many lines that I've done that I don't want to get confused and draw on the wrong line. The mouth is difficult because there's so much curve to it without it being overworked. And then you have the tongue and all this extra stuff. And then the teeth are not like normal teeth. As far as it goes, I guess Bowser just has like a ton of gaps and not as many teeth as you would think he has. So it's a little harder to, I guess, distinguish where his teeth are truly supposed to go. And then like this is something I don't want to mess up right here. This is his horn, one of the spikes on the back of his shell, not his hair. So when I get to the coloring, which will be later on, I'll have to be very careful that I don't accidentally color it orange, because it's supposed to be like that ivory color of his actual hair, or of his horns. It's one thing that this brush pen is so good for, just giving like a little flick. Give a little flick, and it gives you some really good lines. Super, super thin, like thinner than you would be able to get with anything. All right. This one thing that I haven't been doing on my other ones, that little detail right there just kind of gives you, I guess, a sense of the thickness of the glass of the mask. And I haven't been doing that, but I'll probably go back before I color in each of my drawings. I'll probably go back and do that and give a little bit of detail there. I'm gonna do this one a little bit thicker, since it's the bottom. It's not as thick as I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. I actually wanted that a little bit thinner, but it is okay. I will say that probably, not 100% sure, but probably the shell in itself took me, I don't know how long, gosh, a good 30, 45 minutes to draw. And then the hair, same thing. And then we have the mouth, probably 15, 20 minutes on the face, about 10 minutes on the entire rest of the body, you know, so it actually took quite some time. This might be one of the longest drawings I've done as far as the Inktober goes, for the prompts. And I had to figure out how to do The toes, did I want to give more of a full-on foot look, just the talons or claws, or did I want to do kind of some detail as far as the toes go? And I chose to do some detail as far as the toes go to give it a little bit more of a 3D look. Kind of like that. Probably should have done those with the fine liner, but it is okay. I'm gonna go from top to bottom. I think that's probably my best bet. We are over with the first week of Inktober, which is pretty cool. I've mentioned it before, it's my first Inktober ever. I learned what Inktober was over the summer when I got into YouTube. And I was always looking forward to it and excited for it once I found out what it was and how big it got, how many people participated in it. And it's pretty cool going online and actually seeing everybody's Inktober. Then there's I guess people are tagging Arttober, which is a different thing. There's not really prompts. There's just more like draw some art, do some cool stuff, post it, and see how it goes. And then there's, what was the other one? Drawloween. So all those different things have been really cool to follow. And I've been enjoying it a lot. So I will definitely be doing this every year. Probably the most fun I've had drawing, especially like illustrating like cartoons and stuff like that. Just because it's not my style. I've said this before, I'm a landscape painter. But I'm an elementary and middle school teacher that is trying to get better at cartooning for the sake of my kids. Turn my light back on. My light just shut off on me. But yeah, for the sake of my kids being more equipped on cartooning, which is obviously something that they would like to do more than realistic landscape painting. That is definitely something that we could do when it comes to high school or up, advanced kind of outside of work, but not really in elementary or middle school. I also think that in YouTube, there's more of a following for, say cartooning than there is for, there we go, lights back up. Than there is for actual realistic landscape painting, more advanced stuff. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself with this detail. There we go. There's one thing I probably need to work on more is my feet. I know that these aren't actual full-blown feet, but man, those toes killed me when I was trying to draw them. This really got to me. They're way more difficult than I had imagined them being. I'm actually almost done with this Bowser, and then I'm gonna get to, I thought it was a good idea. I was gonna do kind of like how I did the Mandark or the Majin Buu or the Cloud that I did. I did the background of whatever video game or TV show, cartoon that they were from. But I was gonna do a background of, say, Super Mario, and then I saw a original Nintendo controller, and I was like, man, let me go ahead and get this Nintendo controller instead of just a regular rectangle shape to block out the background, to give it a little bit more pop. I decided to do, wow, that was thick. I decided to do the Nintendo controller. I thought was a little unique, a little different. That was probably the best circle I could ever do with a brush pen. I was actually kind of surprised I got that on the first try, even though you can't really go back if I didn't do it. I'm going to do those arrows with the fine liner. I'm going to do the writing with the fine liner. I'm not even going to give it a try. And then the inside rectangle, I'm not gonna color, I'm gonna color it, so I'm not gonna outline it because I think it doesn't need the outline. It's kind of like the detail that I did with the Mandark background and some of the detail in the Cloud drawing and the Majin Buu drawing. I don't even know if that's on frame. Yes, it is. All right. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and grab this fine liner, and I am going to do the remaining detail here so I don't mess it up. It's such fine detail. For the D-pad. I really do wish I had time to make these edited videos. I think that'd be a lot better and more interesting, but it is what it is. All right. Almost done. Man, that circle was bad. But it's all right because make it a 3D one. And then the letters on the, and I just messed up because that was supposed to be done in red, not in black. But it's okay. That's why I'm not doing the lettering either. Those letters are supposed to be red, but it is all right. All right, guys, well, that is Inktober Day 8 Bowser. I got one last little thing I gotta do, and that is these little strokes right here for the scales on the tail. And notice once I put it up on the camera, sweet, I think that'll do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video off. This is teeth for Inktober Day 8. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm looking forward to coloring this bad boy. It's gonna look good. Well, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.